Hey, Shalom Malcolm. This is Rikard Makapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole for that's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. And I'm going to title this one, They hate us without a cause, right? So, in light of, these new legislations that the British government's working on with so-called hate preachers and that kind of stuff, and the way they like to demonize us in these papers and the press and that kind of stuff. Anytime something goes on with the Hebrew Israelites, they want to demonize us, vocab, and all these guys, right? When in fact we've not done anything harmful to anybody. We've not done anything evil to nobody, right? All we've done is simply speak the truth. Okay, speak the words of this Bible, which supposedly these Edomite nations are supposed to be based upon, right? Which reminds me of what's going on in Canada as well right now with the Trudeau dude. Was it Prime Minister Trudeau, wherever his rank is, position is, right? Outlawing, basically, preaching out loud in public, with the scriptures, because it goes against the LGBT, the alphabet communities, and so is deemed as hate speech. But we're not doing anything to nobody, right? We're not inciting any violence or anything like that. We're just simply speaking the truth, right? It's this world that has changed, to be openly against the scriptures, right? Because like I said, one time, supposedly these nations were meant to be built upon on the Bible. So the views of the Bible, people, not all of them obviously, but they would conduct themselves in certain ways. Let's say it wouldn't have been acceptable back in the day to be part of those alphabet communities back then. It was illegal. All right, but now you fast forward today, a lot of these things are being allowed. They're going contrary to the scriptures more and more every day. So it's the world that's shifted, right? Because the scriptures has always been the same, right? And we're merely telling you, or bringing it out, what the Lord and His Word says, right? But we're deemed enemies of the world for bringing out these things, right? We're deemed to be extremists or racist, full of hate, all these things that they label us with, but it's just simply the truth of the scriptures. All right, but they were demonized for upholding that. Okay, so it's not us that's being wicked or evil. It's really you, because you're coming against the words of the Heavenly Father, man. But like I said, we're not trying to do nothing to you, but you got a whole plan of things to do to us, when we don't agree with you. Some man out here wanna kill us, wanna beat us up, right? Some of you wanna, governments wanna imprison us, fine us, right? Okay, you got a whole plan of things to do, a plan of things to do to us. Okay, when you deem what we do, not to be to your liking. Okay, but we're not out here doing nothing to nobody. Okay, and it was the same when Howard Shah was on the scene, right? He immediately spoke the word of his father, right? He didn't do nothing to nobody. He didn't come to bring judgment on nobody, right? Because the Lord, he told you, he said that he didn't come to bring judgment, right? He came for his sheep, right? That's what he's coming to do on his first time here, right? As Yahweh Shai, right? He was preaching the word, right? And collecting his sheep. That's what he was doing. Now, people didn't like that. People didn't like the word that he came with. And so they persecuted him and persecuted his church, right? For believing in him and teaching also, right? Teaching it also, right? But he didn't bring no judgment down upon nobody. Same thing that we're here. We're not out here bringing no judgment, even though we speak against certain things. We're not out here bringing judgment against nobody. Okay, we're just telling you you're going to be judged, man, when the Lord returns. If you don't repent, that's what we tell you, right? So let's get into it. All right, I want to start off here in Psalm 69, verse 4. says, they that hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of mine head. Right? There's more of you than there is of us. There's more hate towards us than there is anywhere else. Right? You act like we're the source of hatred in the world, you know. But really, the world is the one, or the people that's filled with hate the most. Right? It's just that we don't agree on what to hate. That's what it is. We don't agree on what to hate. Right? Because you call evil good, and we call good, or your good, evil. You know, so we're disagreeing here, right? But you have prejudices too against us, right? And there's millions of you out there, billions of you out there that don't agree with us. Okay, we're just a small group of people that are expressing or conveying the words of the Heavenly Father to the masses, right? So there's so much more hate on your side of things than there is on ours, right? So they that hate me without cause are more than the hairs of mine head, right? They that would destroy me, being my enemies wrongfully, right? Why? Because it's a Psalm of David, right? David was a righteous man. His enemies, why was his enemies coming up against him? Who was really in the wrong? His enemies. You know? So being my enemies wrongfully are mighty. Like, you're mighty. The world is mighty compared to us. Okay, you got the backing of governments, militaries, all kinds of things, man. You know, popular consensus. You have all those things going for you, man. And we're just a small group of people, you know, coming out of the scriptures, man. And you're acting like, you know, we're the biggest threat on the earth. You know, on the spiritual level, yeah, you would be right. But on the carnal level, a physical level, which you kind of chalk us up to be these wild people, right? These fucking uber aggressive people that we're gonna go out and fucking kick Edomites' heads off and shit. That's just not true, is it? It just isn't true, is it? You know, we're not in that sort of position, man. You know, in the kingdom we'll play you know, Edomite head football or some shit. You know, but until then, you know, hey, we're just, you know, we're just people, man. We're people here, you know, doing the work and will of the Heavenly Father, man, and His Son. Okay, same as the men of the Lord, the prophets of old. That's all we're here doing. We're not out here to do anything to nobody. Right? If you don't like the message, man, that's up to you, man. Right? So they are mighty, then restored that which I took not away. All right, so that's the point, man. We have our enemies are many. Okay, you're actually greater than we are, right? And you have greater hate towards us than, you know, than the Israelites are out here, because there's so many of you. It's John 15 verse 18 says, "If the world hate you, you know they hated me before it hated you." Okay, this is Yahushua speaking. Right? The world, which is many, right? The world hate you. You know that it hated me before it hated you, right? Because really they hate the words of the Heavenly Father, man. They hated Yahushua because he was coming with the word of his Father. They hated the doctrine. Okay, but what did Yahushua do to anybody? What was it that he did that warranted his execution? Why everybody wanted to get their hands on him, man, and do something to him? But what did he do? Because you disagree with his message. Is that it? But you was actually the wrong one in the wrong. Right? These men were bearing false witness against him, things that they know they shouldn't have been doing. Right? They were doing all the things that were wrong, all the wicked things. Right? Yahushua did nothing to none of these people. The same thing we're out here doing. We're not doing anything to nobody. We're just teaching the word. You know? We're not bringing evil to nobody, defrauding you. I mean, there's fucking a bunch of fucking Christian pastors out there fucking scamming the shit out of you, man. Ain't nothing happening to them. You know, because they preach love, right? They love everybody. They preach love, but they love your bank account more. Yeah, that tire box. They want to see that tire box full, right? So he can get a new fucking Rolls Royce or some shit, a new sharp suit. You know, fucking a whole bunch of scammers out there. But you know, we're worse than that. Apparently, we're worse than those people because they love everybody. Because we don't love everybody, because apparently it's compulsory that we must love everybody. If you've got a Bible in your hand, you must love everybody. Otherwise, you're not really a Christian. You're not really a believer. That's not a prerequisite of the scriptures here. Right? Where is that in the scriptures? You know. But yeah, but we're worse than the guys that scamming the shit out of you. Okay, we ain't doing none of that stuff to you, man. Okay, and that's just one thing that these men are doing, man. There's a whole bunch of fucking fucked up shit going on. We ain't abusing no children like the fucking the Roman Catholic Church. We ain't doing that shit. We ain't fucking what's the other things that men do, man? This is a whole fucking bunch of crazy shit these so-called Christians do, man, and justify it some way or another. But we're worse than we're worse than these guys apparently, right? But yeah, so if the world hate you, you know they hated me before it hated you. They really just hate Yahushai and the word. They hate the word, right? Verse 19, if you were of the world, if we were like you, we believed in the same things that you believed. Because that's all these people want. They want to be further acknowledged, for lack of a better word, in what they believe. Right? Oh yeah, okay, great. Yeah, you're like us. It's cool. We're the same. The world would accept us. That's what it says, right? If you're of the world would love his own. Because we would be like you, right? Because you are not, but because you're not of the world, because we're not like you, we don't think the same, we don't believe the same things. Right? There's a fundamental difference between us, man. Okay, we believe in the righteousness of the Heavenly Father, man. But you don't. Right? A lot of you people are just doing what the fuck you want to do, man. And a lot of it, the majority of it is wicked. Right? So, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you, because we're not like you. Okay, you don't think the same. Right? Remember the word that I said unto you, that the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. Right? Did not happen? They persecuted Yahushai. Right? And he was without sin. Right? So of course they're going to persecute us that come in his stead. So they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So I'm going to grab for that. So it's John chapter 7 verse 7. So the world cannot hate you, but me it hateth. Right? They hate the doctrine, they hate this word, and that's why they have to manipulate it to bring about their own doctrine, their own message. Oh, love everybody, but that's not in the scriptures, man. Okay, that's a complete fabrication of what the scripture speaks about. Right? We're to love the good and hate the evil, man. There is hate involved in believing in these scriptures. Right? But it has to be justified. It has to be the right to hate. You can't hate wrongfully. Okay, you have to hate rightfully. You can't love wrongfully. You have to love rightfully. Okay, there's balance in all of this, right? The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it. The Lord was testifying of it, man. He's testifying against it. The same thing we're doing. We're bringing out all the things that are not right about this place, not right about the people, right? Through this word. Okay, we bring that out and people don't like what they hear from us. Okay, and because it goes against their beliefs and their views and all that kind of shit, they hate us, man. Right? So because I testify that the works thereof are evil. Yahushua is pointing out, man, look, man, you're a fucking bunch of hypocrites. You're all wicked. Right? And that's the same thing we do, man. This world is wicked, man. Everybody in it's wicked. And when you start pointing that out and start disrespecting their society, their kingdom, and everything that they stand for, they become enemies, man. I think, was it Paul who said, "Have I become that enemy because I tell you the truth?" That's what it is. They don't like the judgments that are written in these scriptures, the things that it says. That's why these Christians, they will skip over most of these most of the text, and only bring out things that really support what they believe, man. And then they get fucking flustered when you bring out certain scriptures they never fucking heard of before. And breakdowns and breakdowns they've never seen. It's like, oh damn, what's that? I didn't know that. Because you're ill-educated, man. You're ill-advised. Because it's just a message of fluff and bullshit that's being fed to you. It's not scriptural. All right. But yeah, the works of this world is evil, man. And we're here shining a light on it. It's Jeremiah 28 verse 8 said, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against. Right? It's the role of the prophets, right? It's the role of the men of the Lord to preach against unrighteousness, man, to preach against wickedness. Right? And that is why they were sent against nations, against these countries, right? It said, prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right? They brought these bad omens, so to speak, against these nations, man, saying this is what's going to happen to you, man, because of this X, Y, and Z, because of your wickedness. Judgment is going to be brought upon you, man. And obviously, whoever's hearing that isn't going to take kindly to it, man. They're not going to like what they hear, because these people are full of pride, and it's the same with this place today. They're full of pride. They don't want to accept when they're wrong. Right? They don't want to do the right thing. They want to do their own thing. Because whatever they do in their own heart seemeth right unto them. Right? They have vain opinions and so on and so forth, right? And so they're going to continue doing their wickedness, man, and they're going to reject you, resist you, fight you, make an enemy of you. Because they don't want to change. Right? They don't want to accept what we're saying, what the prophet is saying. They don't want to accept it. Right? So that puts us at odds, right? That causes friction, tension. All right? But all we're doing is the same thing that the prophets of old did. Okay, they were never really well received. Because people never wanted to change from their wicked ways. Right? It says 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 4. It says, wherein they think. Let me jump up. I'll start from the top. Right? It says, for as much then as Yahushua have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh of the lusts of men, but to the will of God, right? And this is why when we come into this truth, right, we have to cast away the old man, okay? We don't do the same things we used to do in our youth before we came in this truth. Okay, there's things we abstain from, things we don't do no more, or things you might do, occasionally, rather than give yourself up to it like you might have done in your youth. If you went out partying all the damn time in your youth, man, you might just have a simple, quiet little drink, right? Because nothing wrong with drinking. Ain't nothing wrong with having good people around you. You can share a drink and a meal with your brothers. So you might go out to a venue to do that. That's fine. But you're not gonna find us up in partying in the clubs every fucking Friday, Saturday night, not giving a damn what the hell's going on around and being surrounded by demons, bro. Because it's not being funny, man. You feel uncomfortable if you go up in these spots. Like if you go now, and you go up in these spots, you feel uncomfortable, man. And I like music. I like to dance a bit and whatever, man. I like doing those things, but to go out to these clubs and that, it feels awkward, man. It feels. Yeah, you feel out of place. you don't feel comfortable. So we don't surround ourselves in those types of environments anymore. The more you grow in this truth, the more you become like that. And it's like, I'm not feeling that. I don't want to go there. Too many people. When you go out, like you might go down, to the shopping or whatever, right? And you're just like, oh, fuck this, man. It's too many people, man. You don't want to be surrounded by these people, man. You'd rather just be at home. With your brothers, man. You don't want to be around these people, man. Right? So we don't do the same things we used to do. right? And this is what it's going into, right? So, you know, you don't do the lust of men, anymore, right? It says, but to the will of God. Verse 3, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, to behave like, these other people do, these heathens, right? Because they had the culture of fucking getting smashed, working the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, but Friday night, Saturday night, they're just getting fucking smashed, getting fucking stupidly drunk and just vomiting everywhere, and just bare stupidness, and they do bare stupidness, especially Edomites, man. They just do bare stupidness, man. They get all gay and shit. What I mean, they do some weird shit, man, when they get drunk. Because they're just the inhibitions is gone, isn't it? So they're just acting like they want to act, which is freaky, right? But that's the culture of these places. Like I said, there's always been a culture of drinking and all that kind of stuff, but it has to be balanced in all these things, right? But anyway, right? When you come in this truth, man, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, right? You have to leave these things behind, right? Wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot. They were not participating in the same things that you used to do, or what they do. You're not going carnival. Like what that's dead. Why are you so boring? People get like that, man. They don't want to spend time with you anymore, which is fine by me. I don't give a shit. I've stopped that stuff like a long time ago, man. I don't go fucking nowhere hardly. But it got like that when you first come in this truth, and you had certain friends in the world with you, whether it be Jake or Heathen or whatever, right? It's like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? That's how they treat you, because you're not on what they're on, because your mentality has changed. It's been changed through the scriptures, through the Spirit, and you don't want to indulge in that anymore with them, especially with them, because it ain't right, So wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. So now you're not on this stuff, right? You must have something wrong with you, and now you're talking this Bible stuff. You're talking about this and that judgment, and this is all this stuff is going to be happening. This is people going to put into slavery and all these types of things, man. You fucking messed up, basically. You're a fucking messed up individual. You're fucked up, man. You lost the plot. You lost your mind. Right, so they speak evil, they talk shit about you. Oh yeah, he's whatever shit they want to talk about you, they talk, and that's what these people do, because we're not doing what the things that they want to do. We're not fucking setting up a fucking 50-year plan of how we're gonna live our lives, and do this and do that, and all this shit, or how many fucking holidays you going on. We're not doing the same shit, but people just think you're odd because we're not doing the same thing. That you're just some religious nut because you believe in the word of God, and people make all these excuses why, oh, you don't have to, do what, you can still enjoy yourself, you can still do this, and you can still do that, and people just think you're weird, but fuck them, we ain't the weird ones, we're not the weird ones, man. Okay, you're just gone. These people in the world are just gone, right? Fully into wickedness, just gone, drowned in wickedness, right? So again, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of rights. We don't do the same things. We don't think the same things anymore. We're just not like you no more, right? To the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you, right? So if we're not doing what they're doing, it must be something wrong with us, right? This is Luke chapter 6, verse 22, says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, right? And when they shall separate you from their company, they don't want to be around you no more. Because you're crazy, right? Because you're crazy. You're dead. You're boring now. Women shall hate you, and they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you. Talk shit, right? Oh, he wearing dresses and stuff now, like they talking about our garments and stuff like that. Nigga, we ain't wearing no fucking damn dresses, man. You motherfucker more likely to wear a fucking dress. You see what you see all these fucking celebrities and shit. Jake be wearing fucking dresses all day fucking long, man. Look at them. You know, can't even fucking shame Jake now because they're all fucking doing it. It's like, oh, nigga wearing a dress. Yeah, but nigga, you was wearing a dress last week. Oh, they're all fucking doing it, man. Right? And so fuck you, man. Right? No, we wear ancient garments, man. But that's the type of shit they used to pop. You know, oh, niggas wearing a dress and shit. You don't know what the fuck this is, man. Right? But they always want to find an angle or find something to say to talk shit at you. You know. So they shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil. You know, these are just these are wicked men. They're talking about slavery. They're talking about this and that, and they're talking about the Lord judging these white people, man. But I love white people. Don't speak against a so-called white man. People get upset. they will defend the so-called white man with their lives. Defend the Edomites, especially the black woman. Oh man, yeah, especially her, right? Yeah, we're evil. We're evil, right? And cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake, right? And so, like I said, you got vocab and that. You got these guys, these Edomite warriors out there, that think they know the scriptures. All these different types of people, right? They just come against us because they don't like what we got to say, right? And so we are evil because we don't believe in the same thing, even though we're not doing nothing to you, But you got guys out here looking to destroy people's livelihoods. They've tried, and they have some. Some of them are looking to take brothers' lives, and they have done so. But we're not on that. We don't give a fuck what you're doing, man, because the Lord's gonna judge you anyway. We're not looking for where you live. We're not looking for where you work. We don't give a fucking damn what you're doing, right? If you don't agree, man, just fuck off, man. You don't need to be on the comment board. You don't need to come down to camp. You don't need to be here. Go fucking do what you're doing, innit? Whatever makes you fucking happy, go do it. Right? We're doing what makes us happy. Right? Leave us the fuck alone. Alright? Anyway, verse 23 says, rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, right? So it don't bother us. You're just fucking, annoying, For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets, right? This is how you treated the prophets. So we're experiencing the same things because we're walking in the same shoes as these great men before us, man. That upheld the Most High's word, So it's not a deterrent to us or makes us feel sad or whatever, however you want to put it, just because you don't believe or you're against us, man. To hell with you guys, man. Right? Your opinion is not valid here, right? It's not wanted, it's not appreciated, right? We care very little for it. Right? You're wasting your own breath. Right? But these are just how things are supposed to be. Right? They're supposed to be enemies. They're supposed to be people, come up against us and talk their shit, make their threats, and whatever, man. And in due time, the Lord's gonna deal with these people, man. We ain't got to worry about all of that. We just got to worry about teaching this truth, man, to the best of our abilities. All right. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 15. See that none render evil for evil unto any man, right? This is part of what we've been commanded, right? See that we render not evil for evil unto any man, right? So even if bad is done to us, evil is done to us, man. Like I said, you fucking Christians and you're people that believe that you're supposed to be fucking Christians or believe in God and you're supposed to be good people and all this kind of stuff. You're the hypocrites, man, because you're the first to talk shit, first to try and do something, right? Like I said, we're not trying to do nothing to you, but you're gonna find something to do against us, right? Even if something happens to us, right? We're not out here trying to get revenge and do all this stuff just because you violated, man, or some kind of manner, acting like a fucking dickhead, like trying to make try and make brothers look stupid on camera or whatever it is, man. Whatever it is that you you think you're doing? Like, we're not out here trying to get revenge and find you and do this to you and X, Y, and Z. Like, well, you already know how we feel about these Edomites, right? And these Amalekites, these small hats, and things like that, right? They're the scum of the earth, but you don't see us troubling them, going around their neighborhoods and slapping the shit out of them. You don't see that, man. Because that's not what we've been sent to do, right? Our lane is over here teaching the scriptures, right? That's where we're going to stay, right? We're not looking to bother nobody outside of just teaching this word. Okay, if the word gets under your skin, good. It's supposed to, right? Especially if you're the wicked, right? It's meant to get under your fucking skin, right? If you're Edomite, yeah, we hope it cutting you, right? We hope it cutting you, because you know it's cutting you, right? But as far as on a physical level, nah, man. You know, that's not what we're here for. All right. So yes, to see that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men, right? So it applies to everybody. It applies to these heathens, it applies to our enemies, and all these types of things, right? So we're not here for all of that. Okay, the time will come when Yahushua returns and gives us power. Is, you know, that will be the time when, you know, we'll be set loose, right, to bring judgment against, you know, certain individuals. But until that time, man, we're just humble, simple, humble men with the word of the Lord. You know. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. It says, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened to you." Right? Every brother that comes in this truth should understand this and expect this, man. Know this to be true and this to happen unto them, man. You're gonna go through shit. You're gonna be tried and tested constantly, man. Your patience is gonna be tested, right? We're dealing with certain people, certain situations, right? You're gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with people coming up against you, your family members coming up against you, your friends coming up against you, you know, friends in the world and whatever. You're gonna have all that come to you, man. And it ain't gonna be comfortable. Okay, you're not gonna feel comfortable. Right? So thinking not a strange thing, right? Verse 13, "But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahweh's sufferings." Okay, it's part of our sufferings. Okay, part of, you know, repaying some of that payment. Okay, we could never repay, but, you know, we have to go through like things, man. Right, to show our faith and our belief in Yahushua and the Most High, right, Yahweh. So, "But rejoice insomuch as ye are partakers of Yahweh's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, happy are ye." Right, and the thing is, like, we're one of very few groups that use the name of the Lord, right? Because we come in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? We are reproached for his name's sake. You got other fucking Israelites trying to reproach us for using the name. That's how mad it is. You know? But we stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. We stand stiffly for those names, man. Okay? And we receive reproach for it, right? So if ye be reproached for the name of Yahweh Shai, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of. IUIC comes to mind straight away, right? But of your part, he is glorified. But none of you suffer as a murderer. You ain't going to find brothers that are really in this truth, that are really about this truth, doing these things we're about to read, right? Being a murderer. We're not here, you know, unless it happened, you know, by accident kind of thing, like manslaughter type thing. Brother was defending himself and someone died. Maybe there could be a case of that. Who knows, right? But there ain't no brother looking to go murder nobody, man. To do harm, physical harm, or GBH, ABH, or whatever the fucking acronyms are, right? Brothers ain't looking around to do that. Right? Even the hot-headed brothers that we got in that camp, man, they ain't looking to do that. Right? Because they understand what the truth's really about. Now, you might try and find, because Vocab's done this in the past, right? To find these rare instances where you got bug outs. And he was at some point affiliated with one of these groups, right? But he's a bug out. He's not a part of these groups, but he's a bug out. Right? He doesn't follow the doctrine of these groups. Right? So he might try and use instances like that. You see, they're animals, they're violent, they're aggressive, they're dangerous. But that's not us, man. That's not what we teach. You know? That's not what we teach. Right? That's like This is how stupid it is. That's like saying, oh, you Christians, right? You've conducted all kinds of wars on the planet, right? Murdered so many people, dropped bombs on people, and all kinds of shit. But you're Christians, right? Then that applies to every Christian that is in Christianity. That they're all just fucking violent animals that kill people all the damn time in the name of their God. Well, we know that's not the case. You know, there's some Nephilim out there that wouldn't hurt a fly. They're just fucking ill-informed, right? But you can't, tar us with something that's nothing to do with us, essentially. That's not a part of us. Okay, that's not a part of our doctrine. You can't just do that and say, look, yeah, this Hebrew Israelite thing is dangerous. Well, just like the kids that shoot up these schools, they come from Christian families, and so every Christian now is a gun-toting maniac. Well, maybe. but yeah, but it's not like that, man. And it's not like that. But you use these instances to try and demonize us, and so people can be afraid of us and come up against us, so you can get greater support and greater views on your channel and all that kind of bullshit. But we ain't playing that, right? So yeah, but let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief. Man, stealing shit, stealing cars and fucking groceries or whatever. We ain't fucking stealing shit. Stealing your girl, Mr. Fucking Steal Your Girl. See, this is the thing. We're the worst thing on the planet, but you got fucking, was it Trey's song and Mr. Steal Your Girl, man? He gets a pass though, but he fucking up relationships and committing adultery with people. It's well, we ain't doing that shit. I don't get it. But you need an enemy in it, just like America needs Russia to be the boogeyman. We're the boogeyman for these other groups, these religious groups out there, and these governments and that. We're just boogeymen, something to hate, to direct hate at, So yeah, or as a thief or as an evildoer, and the evildoer is according to the law that is in these scriptures. What's evil and what's not evil, right? Or as a busybody in other men's matters, man. Yeah, just fucking somebody nosy. It's fucking nosy in everybody's shit. Spreading rumors and, talking shit they ain't meant to be talking, man. Hey, Vocab, he going into the whole history of One West, man. What the fuck's he got to do with that? But he want to know, because he wants to get all the dirt, right? He wants to get all the gossip and put it out there for the masses, right? It says, if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, right? So the things that we suffer, okay, we suffer wrongfully, right? Against the world, right? All this demonization and whatever, right? Okay, but Lord is, Peter said us not to feel ashamed, not to be ashamed. The man that call us rapists and molesters and all kinds of shit, man. Even though none of that stuff's going on, right? But because we break down these scriptures, man, and you don't like it how it is, that's not our fault. That's not our fault that you don't like how it sounds. You don't like how it is, right? But we've gone over it many, many times, man. But you're still, what's the word, man? You still intend to kind of, paint us in this particular light, and that even goes to these fucking other fucking Israelite camps that fucking should know better, right? We shouldn't be suffering those things from our own fucking brothers, but the world, yes. But then it just shows you, man, really these other camps are really just of the world still, So yeah, this is yeah, if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf. All right. What else we got? A couple more. It's 1 John. Okay. It's 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. It says, love not the world, right? Why? Why can't we love the world? I thought Lord loves everybody, right? Love not the world, because the world is wicked. Believe it or not, the world is wicked. The majority of people on this planet are fucking wicked. And so we're told not to love it, not to love their ways, not to do after they do. Everything that we've been reading here is about separation from them and not to be like them, right? And that because of that, we're going to be, targeted, demonized, because we don't teach according to this world. We don't teach the same things that they uphold. We teach against the things that they uphold. And so we've made ourselves at variance against one another, It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Right? So this feeling, and the mentality this place has is of the world. It's not of the Heavenly Father, man. Because they have the pride of life. They have the lust of the eyes. That's what these people are fucking driven on these days. Selfishness and just, complete unadulterated liberty for themselves to do what the fuck they want to do, man, and not care about any consequences and repercussions, man. Yeah, that's not how we're supposed to be conducting ourselves, right? Because as I say, it just leads to more and more wickedness. Right, verse 17, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. Right, this place is going to be destroyed, man. We're going to go back to the old ways. Right, so what you should be doing is getting your mind right for that. Right, the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. All right. I'll close out with this. This is from Matthew 10. Let's start with verse 13 here, right? Saying, if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it not be worthy, let your peace return unto you. Right? So when we out there teaching this word, right, and you're going to have people there that believe, right? You're going to have majority of people are not going to believe, right? But you're going to have those that do believe, and you're going to have those that don't believe, right? Those that accept you, those that don't accept you. Right? So this is, applies to that, while we're teaching, right? And verse 14, and whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, right? When ye depart out of that house or city, right? Because brothers are posted up everywhere around the world in these different cities, different towns, different places, highways and the byways, right? Highways and hedges. Brothers are posted out there on the streets teaching, and on the internet. Okay, we're everywhere, right? So those that come across us, man, you're either gonna heal or you're gonna forbear, right? So then whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, they don't agree with you, they got offended, they didn't like what you got to say because it doesn't fit with their opinions and their narratives and their belief systems or whatever, right? When you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Yeah, cast it away. Cast them away. Like, you don't want to get this, fine, move on, innit? Don't worry about that person. They made a decision. They made a decision. The Most High made a decision for them. The Most High blocked them from the truth, and that's just the simple matter of it. If the Lord didn't want that man to get it, and he doesn't get it, don't worry about him. The Lord's got judgment, in store for him. Okay. So verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. And I say we've moved from place to place, and received hate and aggression and stuff like that, and we ain't in these places no more. We don't need to be. What for? Right? Most sides obviously said, look, it's enough time, it's enough, move on from here. And so that's what happens. Move on. That place is condemned. The people that came up against you are condemned. People that rejected the word around you, they're condemned. They had the opportunity to hear and deliver themselves and that, but the Lord had it where the Lord rejected them. Right? So now they're just waiting for judgment now. All right? So verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Okay, we all know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, it got burnt up, right? See, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, right? We're the sheep in this, in this situation, in these situations, right? You're acting like we're the wolves. Because we're the dangerous ones. We're the one upending society and they're gonna harm people and do all this stuff. But we're the sheep. We're not the aggressive ones. It's everybody else that's looking to do things unto us. The only thing we're looking to do is to teach. right? But you get so offended by what we teach that you want to harm us. You want to imprison us. You want to, you know, to try and deport us. You try and do anything, right? Anything to get rid of us, right? It says, I send you a forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right? So that's what we do. We're not out here on fucking rage mode, trying to punch up every Edomite or every heathen that we walk past. It's not. That's not. That's not what's going on, man. That's not what's going on in our minds. It might feel like that from time to time, but we're not out there doing that, right? Because we've been told to have composure, to have patience, man. Right? To be harmless. Right? So, but despite it being harmless, despite not doing anything to anybody, man, we still get this great pushback, man. The threats of violence and whatever against us. That's what we get. And sometimes we receive violence. People have been violent against us, man. Going into scuffles and whatever, not because we was pushing for it or that we started it. But obviously these guys out there in the world, they got demons on them, man, and they're gonna do what they do, man. But they get cut in the spirit. And that's the only way they can express themselves, man, through their carnality. Right? It says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, right? Because you're saying you plot and plan and scheme against us for bad things to happen to us, for evil to come upon us. Right? We ain't doing anything like that to you. Right? We're just telling you that the Lord's going to bring judgment, man, and those that are found not to be right with the Lord, man, they're going to get fucked up. Right? Beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought of how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. Right? So it's going to happen. We're going to go before rulers and judges and stuff like that, man, and we're going to have to give an account. Right? But it's not something that we're going to know what to say. It's just something that's going to be said in that time through the Spirit. Right? Because brothers have been before courts and or cases and stuff like that, but a lot of times the case just busts, and you don't go through none of that. But brothers have been arrested and stuff like that, spent a night or two in jail or whatever. It happens, man, because like I said, these people are demons, man, and they want to see bad things happen to you. Right? We ain't trying to get no one locked up. We ain't trying to fuck up your shit. Verse 24, it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the child shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Right? So there's the enemies in all sides around us, man. People that are supposed to be, blood related, your family and stuff like that, man. They're gonna hate you because how you've changed and the things that you believe in. But what have you done to them? I haven't done nothing to anybody, but your family is still going to come up against you, and brothers have testified that, man. It's happened to a lot of us, if not all of us, because obviously you got families, right? And when they find out you're doing what you're doing, man, they become different, right? You might not actually, treated them any different, because it's your parents, right? You're still cool with your parents, if you can be cool with them, going around their yard and shouting fire and brimstone at them when you see them, you try and get on with shit with them, right? But their attitude towards you changes. They start treating you differently. That's because of this word, because they're against the word. All right. And you should be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee into another. So the work don't stop. You get persecuted in one, you go and teach in another. Don't be afraid just because you receive persecution. Yeah, there's a job to do, man. Just go to another city, man. Fuck that city. Fuck these people. Go to another one, right? For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant of his as his Lord. But if they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household, right? So because we come under the banner of Yahweh Shai, we come in his, with his word, and they hated the Lord and his word back then. So of course, if we come in the same manner with the same word, of course we're going to be hated. Of course it's going to cause division. Of course it's going to, rub people up the wrong way, cause friction and tension between people. Of course it's going to bring forth negative reactions from people, right? And it's going to stir up their spirit so much that, like I said, they'll try and do things to you, man, to bring evil, make your life hell, But that just shows you even more that the spirit in these people, it ain't fucking right. They're against the word of the Lord. All right. So, I'm going to end it there, I think. Right? That's pretty much the message. Pretty much the lesson done. So, yeah, Lord, this has been edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So, the next time I say shalom.